Hello and welcome to our video on ReadWorks for reading comprehension. My name is Caryn Kelly and I'm one of the consultants at Soita, which is one of the ed techs in the state of Ohio. If you have any questions following this video, please feel free to email me at Caryn, C-A-R-Y-N, at Soita, S-O-I-T-A.org, and I'd be more than happy to talk to you about this fantastic tool. The only website that you need to know about is readworks.org. So head there if you're going to be following along. If you're planning on getting a certificate for this video conference, you're going to need the code. So you'll head to ohioedtechs.org. I'm going to get out of the way. ohioedtechs.org. And that's where you'll be able to get the link to the form to fill out to get this certificate. And when it prompts you for a PD code, this is the one you're going to want, RDWK, ReadWorks. Okay? And it does need to be in all caps when you fill it out for that to work. And once you have filled it out with that code, you should receive a certificate in the email that you provide. Okay, let's head over to ReadWorks. This is one of my favorite tools when I was a classroom teacher to use. So it is free. First of all, it's not one of those ones where you can access just certain articles for free. It's a free tool, free curriculum, available for K through 12th grade. Okay, when you sign up, you will make sure you use the educator sign up. Okay, they also have a student sign up as well. I'm just going to go ahead and say log in. Here we go. Oh, compromised password. Great. Okay, so here we are. So I am logged into ReadWorks as a teacher. I'm going to zoom it in just a little bit. Okay. I have a class admin. Look at that. So you are able to create classes or import from Google Classroom. Now I'll tell you, there's two ways to go about this using ReadWorks. Now if we're talking about online learning, which a lot of us are right now, you're going to want to utilize this online, okay? You'll want to create a class manually, or if you're using Google Classroom already with your kids, make it really simple. We're going to import from Google Classroom, connect my account, give it permission. I'm going to select my class to import. I already have one imported, so let's say this is 7th grade, and I'm going to import. Okay. I've also used this without having the kids online. If you're just looking for some articles to pull, this is also a great resource for that. We've had a lot of providers in the past couple of years come out with great articles and they start charging, and they don't do that here. Okay. All right. Oh, look, there's all my friends, Donald and Daisy and Fred. Okay. So you will see my oh good. Different students, you'll see their last login. You can create groups. Group A, maybe is Daisy and Wilma, Soita. And you can create smaller groups, right? Group B, spell group right. Fred and Barney. There we go. All right. And then you'll be able to assign to groups. Love that. They made that really easy. Reading mindset snapshot. So you can do a inventory for the kids so they can come in and you can get an idea. I'm going to go ahead and schedule that. That's not something you do all the time, but it's maybe something you do at the beginning. A lot of you maybe already do interest inventories. This is just making it really simple for you to do it as far as reading. And then student library. Do I want to allow them access to the student library for this class? So I'm going to say, yeah, absolutely. And then I'm going to hide passages assigned to students so that they don't come across them outside of me assigning them. Okay, that's up to you. So you can either allow passages assigned to students to also appear in the student library, or you can hide them. Like once you've assigned them, it'll take them out of the library so that they aren't reading them before you assign them or before the assignment post, etc. Okay, but there's lots of passages for them to read, and it will track progress as well. So you can see already you're getting so much for free. We love this. All right, here's a preview of the student library. Okay. All right, let me get back out of here. So you have your class admin, that's where we just were, assignments in progress. So as we assign things, we'll see them in here. The class book of knowledge, you can search article a day sets and give them articles every day. So if you want them to come in and read each day to kind of make that part of your routine, you can come and do that. I'm going to search article a day sets. Let's see. 7th grade, social studies. Let's do world history. Petra. Okay. And there's your article a day set. So they have a different article each day. Not every day for the school year, but they've kind of broken it down in there. So I can assign that right there. I think I kind of interrupted my own thought earlier. So what I was saying was you can do this with those online classes in Google Classroom. Everything's online. You're getting all this great data on your students and information about your students. But you could also just print these. Okay, so I've done that as well, and they're great printables. All right, so I'm going to go to find content just to show you how we do this. They have all different topics. Totally up to you what you're looking for. They have featured ones. Those change with the time of year and season and what's going on. There's your article a day information, featured sets. They have paired texts, all kinds of great options in here, ebooks, audio, everything. So you have your text options over here. So either individual passages, those article a day sets where you're building on your knowledge, and you have that little text set to read, or paired texts where you have complementary texts that go together. Okay, you can choose curriculum supports that you're looking for. They even have some human voice audio, not on all of the articles, but on a number of them. You can see collections for English language learners. So you're able to pare this down quite a bit. Okay, I'm going to look for, let's start with reading passages with question sets. I'm not going to do vocab activities for that because that's K through 5. And I want 7th grade, social studies, world history. And this looks like this could be good. Saints, Snakes, and Pirates. That might be timely right now since it's getting ready to be St. Patrick's Day. It certainly is. Okay, so here's my article. It's 7th grade, remember, so it is a little long. I can play this aloud. That's the automated one. Remember, they all will read aloud. Some of them have that human read aloud. This is not one of them. So if that's something you need and want, make sure you check that box when you're doing your search. Step reads, step 1, step 2. And then you've got your vocabulary words and your question set. Okay? And they'll be able to come in here and do those. So you can look at the answers. If you want to see them, they'll read them aloud. So your kids, again, if you need that read aloud, even on the comprehension questions, excuse me, you'll be able to do that. So if this looks good, this looks pretty good to me, I can assign it or I can print it. So if you want to print, the step reads are different reading levels, so they increase in difficulty. I can say, okay, I want the reading passage, I want the vocabulary words, but I really just need convert, and missionary. And then do I want the comprehension questions? Am I printing the answer key? No. And then for the question set, with or without written answer lines, depending on your kids and their handwriting, you may or may not want that. I think with will be good for me. And then I'll hit print. Okay, so if this was doing this in class and I didn't want to do it digitally, I would hit print, and it's going to take a minute, but eventually it'll come up here, and I've kind of customized it to what I need. Look how nice that is. Love it, love it, love it. It's like a whole packet. These are great for subplans too. I will tell you I've used them for that as well. When I know I'm going to be out, I find a nice article or a paired text set on my topic and print it up, and then I know I've got some high quality content for the students to explore in here. Now, I'm just going to click assign now. Same thing. Do I want to allow the audio? Sure, I'll let them do that. Let's do the step 2, depending on your kids. Remember, you can assign to different groups. So I can do step 1 for group A and step 2 for group B if I want to do that. Let's include the comprehension questions in the vocab. We'll do all of them. And then you can do specific students. Let me get my other class here that had more kids. I can assign this to specific students. I can assign it to a group. This is a great way for you to differentiate. And another nice thing about ReadWorks is, so this is kind of a St. Patrick's Day article, right? They have other St. Patrick's Day articles that I could pull that might be at different reading levels. So I can assign, these 3 kids a higher level article, and I can assign these kind of a moderate level, and then I've got some struggling readers. I can find a little lower level, a little easier article for them to read. So it's going to help me to differentiate while still providing things that are on topic with each other. Okay, and they even have some really high interest stuff in here for your kids. So today's the start date. Maybe I make the due date Friday, and I will assign this to everybody. Just thinking. Okay, and my assignment's created. So I'm going to go in and sorry, it's getting all sassy. Where's all my stuff? There we go. Let's do a new window and do readworks.org. I'm going to go log in as a student now. Student login, log in with Google. It's me. And there it is. So it's assigned. And so let's take a look at both of these, because we assigned that reading mindset snapshot too. So this is what the student view looks like. So they don't have all those other options, things off to the side, related articles. They don't have all that. It's real clean. All right. Here's the passage. There's the SR2 passage. Let's see, because I think I checked both. There's my vocabulary and my questions, and I'll be able to come in here and interact with these. Fill them out. Probably should, read this before I answer all these. And then they have some controls, so they can make the text larger or smaller. They can turn the reading loud on or off, or you can go into, love that, look, side by side, so I can have the article right here while I'm answering the questions. I love that feature, okay? Let me go back to my reading snapshot. All right. How do I feel about reading in my free time? I love it. Reading in school. And I'm just able to come in here and say, am I interested or not? No. There's a lot of questions. It said I had to answer them all. Oh, there's lots of stuff. Okay. Oh, it's not too bad. Here we go. What do I like? I just like everything. We'll just leave it at that, okay, and submit. So that's what your kids have to do. So it's not like an all-day thing. That was kind of the reading interest inventory that we assigned. And again, you wouldn't do that all the time. I'll go back to assignments. And now let me go back to my teacher view. There it is. No, it's not. We'll get it. Everything's just popping up. Here we go. There's my teacher view. My gosh, friends. Okay, so as you saw, the student view is really clean. I'm able to come in here and say class admin. Whoop. I can see my, go to my roster, Soita Tech, and I should be able to, let me go to my assignments. Assignments in progress, there we go. Sorry, I was looking at the class admin. That's where you add and remove students, right? Let me pull up current assignments. Nobody submitted because my kids had not looked at that yet, right? I can see class results. I can see how far people are, how much of their questions they've answered. I can grade the written questions. There are 3 here, so it would come in, and then you would see their total. You can look at it question by question, or you can look at it student by student. And there's everything that they had to look at if I need to remind myself what it was they were working with. Then I go back, and then I can do student progress, how many passages they've read, total passages. I can filter by month, and there we go. Look at that, how many questions they've gotten correctly. There's all kinds of great stuff in here. Okay. If you need more help than I've given you today, because this is a pretty short little video, right? You'll be able to come in here. There's a teacher guide right here, and they've got all of these great little resources. So there's an introduction to article a day. There's a one-pager. There's a video about it, about these different features that they offer. So you'll be able to come in and look at those a little bit more. But like I said, if you have any questions after this video, feel free to email me. I'll do the best I can to answer those, okay? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope I get to see you again in another video.